Hello everybody, thanks for tuning in to another edition of the 2-Minute Tuesday video. I'm glad to be with you. I want to talk today about hopefully some practical training and information that you can use. And it's a topic that maybe normally doesn't come up until we're well into April or March even, but I want to talk about spring markets and I want to talk about multiple offers. So here it is, early February only, and I'm hearing many stories about multiple offers. And for today's purposes, let's take a look at those from the buyer side. What to do about multiple offers when you're representing a buyer. So the first thing I want to start with is make sure that you develop a good connection with the listing agent. And I know this can kind of feel awkward when we're a buyer's agent. We don't want to get too cozy with a listing agent, but this is one of those times where the more rapport you can build with a listing agent really helps your fiduciary to your buyer agent client. So communicate well with that listing agent. Find out as much as you can. In writing an offer in a multiple offer situation, price is going to be a big thing, but it's not the only thing, right? So find out from that listing agent if there are other hot button items for the seller, and that could include the timing for a closing or for possession. It could include appliances. It could include the size of the earnest deposit. Any number of things might be just the right trigger for a seller to give your offer a look in a multiple offer situation. Secondly, let's talk about price. That is the big one, right? And even if it isn't the only thing that sellers look at, it certainly is a big consideration. So do the homework. Help the buyer feel comfortable that they've got the information in front of them about the neighborhood, about comps, and take the time to go through all of that. It can be an anxious situation when a buyer's faced with making a decision on price in the midst of multiple offers. But if they're plied with that information, I think it equips them to make a decision to be more bold if it's the house that's really right for them. And with that, here's the favorite question that I like to ask buyers. When they've realized that they may need to go over full price, when they realize that they may only get one shot at this house opportunity, to simply ask them the question, if we offer your number and you wake up tomorrow and don't win, are you going to be okay with that? And similarly, if we offer that number and you end up with it tomorrow and we do win, are you okay with that too? And feeling those questions out, sometimes in tandem, can help, I think, us arrive with a buyer at the offer price that's right for them, even in the midst of an anxious situation. The other thing that I'd recommend is to submit a complete package to that listing agent. Make their job of presenting and getting behind your offer as easy as possible. So that can include a purchase agreement that's complete and thorough and neatly filled out with digital signatures and typed forms. That can become even more possible these days. Make sure that you've got a copy of the earnest money deposit. Take the time to print off the seller's disclosure in lead-based paint and include those with it. And then of course, if there's financing involved, make sure that there's that lender letter so that the seller can have confidence if they move ahead with you that they're in good shape. The other things that I would suggest that you do might be to include an appreciation letter from the buyer to the seller, really focusing on what they love about the house. There's always a good bit of pride of ownership for a seller when it comes to selling their house. And to hear that a buyer appreciates those aspects that they've come to love as an owner, I think goes a long ways to creating a connection there that might work to help win the day also. And then finally, I'll end where I started, and that is communicate. Communicate with that listing agent. Even after you've submitted your complete offer package, find out if they have any questions, if there are any clarifications that need to be made, and find out how they like to be communicated with best. I think the more that agent feels you're going to help make their job easier in the process, the more, again, they can get behind the offer even as they compare it with others. Sometimes the seller will look to that listing agent in the case of close offers and have them help with that decision. So take advantage of all those ways to win at multiple offer situations. We're going to be facing those not only now, but as the year progresses. Inventory remains at historically low levels, and buyer demand is robust, and I think will continue to be. So let's go out, let's embrace those situations as great opportunities, and let's go out and win. Make it a great day. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.